No, I don't like to do that.
Welcome to Dirty Tea Podcast. This is your girl B Savage, and I have 3 guests with me today, which normally we have like 1 or 2, so I'm super psyched to have some extra opinions chiming in today. So we have Thais.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. And then we got Lo.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what up, what up, what up? And then we got your girl, Honey.
Honey, I'm back.
And today we're talking about 10 signs your relationship is ending. Now, I think most people, pretty much know their relationship is going in the shitter when it's happening, but there are a few people out there that always hope for the best and hope a little too long and let things drag out when it really shouldn't be dragging out. So we're just going to try to help our listeners figure out when to call it quits. And this list that I came up with, like the top 10 signs, is just like a mixture from what I feel is stuff ending and what I've gotten from other relationship experts. Not that I'm a relationship expert, but I've had enough failed relationships to know when it's ending.
Yeah.
So I think I'm kind of a mid-expert in that.
All right. Get
Whether
your
it's my
PhD
fault
in
or
ending
their
relationships.
Yeah, so I'm going to start off with number 10 and work our way up to number 1. So I'm just going to read these off, and by any means, it's not just one thing. Oh my God, yeah, that's me. Let me go break up with my man. No, I feel like you need a good, at least 3 of these things going on in your life for you to be like, yeah, you know what? Let me rethink things. Is that fair? A good 3 out of 10?
I would think so, or maybe a
Yeah,
little more,
4,
depending
definitely.
on
Maybe
the
more.
relationship.
I don't know. I feel like if you get a little bit more, like half of those, it's
If
probably
you're
toxic
thinking
at
that
that
your
point.
relationship should end, maybe that's enough.
Right.
If you're listening, hoping that this is going to give you a way out, your relationship's already
Exactly.
done.
It's already
Yeah.
over. So just say,
Just
you
give
know
it
what?
up.
It was great while it
Yeah,
lasted.
if you have to Google it, you should know.
Exactly. Yeah. So number 10. Now this was one of the experts that I Googled. When you Google, relationship ending, there's so many different articles that pop up. I can't really remember which one this came from, but it says, you and your partner are too agreeable. Now, I was kind of confused on this one, and I don't know if anybody else is confused on it, but I was like,
confused on it.
agreeable isn't, not arguing a good thing? But I thought about it, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of get it. Like, the passion is gone. Like, Thais,
Gets
what do you
boring.
think?
Yeah, when you get there, you just have no desire to argue with that person. It's not, you don't even have to think about it like, oh, if I agree with him, that makes him right. It's just that you don't care anymore. So you just don't argue. You just move around. You're doing you at this point.
Yeah, agreed. And Lo, for you. So I had a listener ask when I posted this a couple days ago, what if you never argued to begin with? What does that mean?
Well, me personally, I would think that's a sucker move. That's just me. I argue. I would definitely argue. My point will be pointed out all the way through, whether you like it or not. It is what it is.
Respectable.
I mean, respectfully and disrespectfully, whichever way we are going I'm not sure what the argument is about, but it can go either way. It can go either way for me.
Okay,
but I
cool.
do argue. So now arguing, if I'm not arguing with you, who are you? You're irrelevant in all aspects, period.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. What do you think about that, honey?
I don't know. I mean, I like to argue if I know I'm going to win. But if it's something that I just feel like there's no way of me winning, I'll probably just back down on that. In a relationship form, if you never argue, I actually never thought about just not caring enough to argue. I always just thought, you know, like little white picket fence with their 2 kids and a little white dog. Like I didn't think of not caring. So that's actually a great point that was brought up.
So to bounce off of that, Thais, what do you think about, like, how would someone decipher whether their partner just doesn't care to argue, or they just never thought to argue, like Honey said?
They just never thought to argue, like Honey said. Like I said, it's all, you obviously been in a relationship for this person. You guys know each other inside out. So you already know off the rip when it changes to begin with. You're just trying to find other things to justify their behavior. You're scared. But when you get to that point, you don't even think about it. It just happened naturally. Like, you already tried it all. I think that's probably why it's number 10, because you already tried everything else. And at this point, you're like, okay, I'm tired of arguing. Doesn't get us anywhere. Right. Especially if you have kids, you're hurting your kids. So when your kids give you feedback of like, Mom, I see that you don't even argue with Dad anymore. You're like, yep.
Right. That's true. Right. Number 9, wondering if you can do better. Lo, have you ever felt like... I'm laughing as I ask this question.
Go ahead, finish the question.
If you guys could see her face.
Have you ever thought you could do better while you were in a relationship?
Hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You want to sit there and be like, oh, you can fix them, or you can help them be a better person, and all that crap. Yeah, no. Absolutely, I can do better. Absolutely. I know that.
I think that's what got me in trouble, because I was always saying to myself, I could do better than you, and I'm going to prove it to you. And I was doing better, but still staying in the relationship.
Oh, okay. That's a different take on it.
So then they become like
like, now I'm going to prove it to you.
they become resentful because they know that you can do better than them. And now they don't have a way out. Like, they know that, so they want to do a whole bunch of crazy things.
Crazy things like what?
Oh, like cheating, becoming disrespectful in every possible way. And you're like, why, you little mother...
Don't you think if they know that you can do better, that they would try to be better?
Yes. Normally, you would think so. However, that's logical thinking, and a lot of people don't think logically.
Okay.
And common sense is not that common, so...
And that would be, like, normal when two people really love each other. And you know what I'm saying? At this point, at your relationship, you don't even think like that. You're like, okay, well, if you could do better, then do better, you know?
Great.
You know, I definitely can feel you, Thais, on trying, like, finding better, thinking you're finding better. But honestly, I feel like the reason why I stay in the relationship that I was in, like, it was always on the back burner type of thing. And you would try to find better, like, legit try. Like, I want better. I know I deserve better. But at the end of the day, I think you find out that those people could be better in certain ways. They might make more money, or they might have better qualities. They're more considerate or whatever. But you always find something wrong with it. Like, well, he doesn't do this like this person does because he knows me so well. And I think that comfortability kind of has you stuck in the quicksand where you're just like, you can't move on. You know what I mean? Right.
No, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I just personally don't. You can say that you're trying to move on and all that stuff, but if the other person that you're trying to see if they're better in whatever aspects, whatever, then it's better being alone than with someone that's gonna treat you like crap. So love yourself first, and then you can be happy go lucky with yourself. Because I love all my girls. Like, let's go, yeah, vacay.
Yeah, and to bounce off of that, I was going to say, I think that's probably the number one reason why I'm still not in a relationship. So you. I've been single for the past 3 years, and it's not that I haven't had any offers. I've had many offers, but I'm just so picky because I know what I deserve, and no one's willing to meet me there, so I'll just stay by myself and give myself what I need.
Exactly.
That's why I date.
I don't even date. I fuck. We'll leave the dating for someone who deserves that. But if you want to spend money on me, that's cool. So, number 8. Can't let go of past issues. I feel like this is a big one. But I kind of put it towards the end because you can find help in therapy or, you know, like vent to your friends. Like there's ways of overcoming it. So that's why I didn't put it like top on the list, but it is a big one because if you have like cheating or any of those things where it's hard for you to forgive your partner and that's why you want to end the relationship, that can be detrimental to the end. Anybody relating to this at all?
Yeah. Baby was born outside of my marriage and I stood with him. I didn't have any hate towards the child, but it's a mental issue thing. You know, no matter if you're having a good day, it's just going to pop in your head, or if you're religious, then it's a devil thing. You know, it's just always going to mess with your head. So I think once that trust is gone, then it's never going to come back.
That's deep.
No matter how hard you try.
If you think about it as like a stain, right? So say you have this nice white couch, right? Mm-hmm. That's your relationship. And then one time you decide to drink some red wine on the couch and you spill it, right? It's going to stain.
Right.
That stain is going to be so hard to get out of that white couch. And let's say now it's just a light pink. You don't really notice it, just sort of looking at it. But a certain day you'll look down and you'll remember it and it'll be there and it'll still make you just as mad that this couch is no longer perfect. Versus like, let's say you were drinking like Coke or Pepsi and you spill it and that stain comes right out. So I think really it just depends on the issues. Some issues I think are worth a relationship ending. In my mind, it's cheating. If I ever get cheated on, I know me personally would not be strong enough to look past it. And that would have to be the end of that relationship for me. But for other people, it's different. Other people can like look past it and say, you know what, let's just make a colorful couch, you know, and just accept it for what it is. I love
that analogy.
Thanks.
I want to jump in on that one. I was always the type of person that was like, I would never. It would never. What? Absolutely not. That is a deal breaker for me. Oh, no, even talking to me in a certain type of way is a deal breaker for me. Period. Yeah. However, just recently have I been put in the predicament that I was like, okay, maybe it was the pregnancy hormones. Who knows? I'm not sure. But I'm like, okay, we're going to let bygones be bygones and we're going to move forward. We can do this. We can do this. Yeah, it didn't work out that way. Yeah, it was even worse. So I hold grudges too. So we're good. We are all set. You have a nice day now. Goodbye. Give me what I want and we're good. Thank you.
I think I'm too forgiving when it comes to that. So for me, it's not, it used to be, I used to focus on the cheating itself. But then when I realized literally almost, I won't say everyone, but almost every relationship I've been in, they've cheated. And for me, it became more so of, if every guy's like this, and this is what it is, like, then I need to change my mentality, you know? So as far as I'm concerned, and I could be 100% wrong on this, who knows? But this is how I cope with it. And I'm just like, I refuse to be in a relationship. I refuse to be called your girlfriend. At this point, I'm just going to do me. Now, people will say, oh, you're not single. You're messing with the same guy over and over, whatever the case is. But you can't call me your girl. I won't call you my man. I won't claim you. I won't do family stuff with you. Like, I'll see you after 10 and that's it. Because as far as I'm concerned, you don't deserve that part of me, you know? And even if you didn't do that to me, if we're not like, we don't have any bad blood or whatever, I feel like I'm not going to commit to anyone until they are fully committed to me, and I am sure they are. So that means a ring on my finger. I refuse to be called anybody's girlfriend at this point. I feel like I'm at a place in my life where it's just like, I'm not going to entertain anyone. So I'm either going to get what I need from you, and it is what it is. We're cool, but I refuse to put a label on it. So I don't know. That's just because I'm sick of the whole, you know, I've talked to different guys about this, like either exes or friends of mine, and I'm just like, what is the deal? Like, how are you going to say, oh, you'll